Happy schedule release, everybody. And I've been waiting for this day for, well, ever since the Packers lost the wild card game. Whatever. Well, like I said, happy schedule release day to everybody who observes. Of course, there have been leaks for the last week, 48 hours, 24 hours. The only one that we had confirmed for the Green Bay Packers was, of course, Thanksgiving Eve against the LA Rams on Wednesday night, which personally I'm not a fan of, personally, but we'll get into all that. We'll go over the Packers schedule, and then we'll look at some of the NFL games, openers, stuff like that. But of course, let's get started right away with the Packers schedule. The Green Bay Packers will open their season against the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota on September 13th. So starting the season against the purple incarnation of Satan at 3:25, which will most likely be Kyler Murray's debut as a Minnesota Viking. This game will be interesting. Of course, the Packers were successful against J.J. McCarthy last season. Of course, I don't count the last game of the season. That was just whatever. But this will be interesting. First showing is with Kyler Murray as the Viking quarterback. We'll see how he gels with Justin Jefferson. Aaron Jones is returning to the Vikings. So we'll see kind of how that goes. I think that's a good opening. A good divisional matchup to start the season on the road in enemy territory in the most evil, wicked place on earth, U.S. Bank Stadium, which is responsible for over 100 bird deaths a year. Just so you know, if you didn't know that. That's a fact. You can Google it. All right. And then week 2 at 12 p.m. here, Wisconsin time. The Green Bay Packers will take on the New York Jets in New York at MetLife. Geno Smith, assuming, is going to be the quarterback in New York or New Jersey, but whatever. So that'll be a good test going up against Kingsley Enagbare, the former Packer. This will be a good test. I think the Jets really beefed up in the offseason, especially free agency. So this could be a tough matchup. We'll see. But this will be a good game on the road. Then starting week 3, the Green Bay Packers will have their home opener on Thursday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm laughing because I hate Thursday Night Football. I think it's dumb. Unless it's Thanksgiving. The NFL football should only be played on Thursday when it's Thanksgiving. Other than that, it shouldn't be played. That's my personal opinion, personally. But a game against the Atlanta Falcons at home, Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime. That should be fun. That should be a fun one. I'll have to take off of work for that. But, yeah, that should be a fun one. Good home opener, I think. All right, and then we will go to week 4. The Green Bay Packers will be in Tampa Bay, taking on old Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 12 p.m. The now Mike Evans-less Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That should be fun. Baker Mayfield's always fun to watch. So that should be a good test for the Packers. Then starting week 5, what we would assume Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft would return, hopefully. It'll be week 5, 3:25 p.m. at home against the Chicago Bears. That'll be a fun one. I'm really excited for Packers Bears now because it's actually a rivalry now. This should be fun. And I'll get into all this like during my season prediction, like how I think the Packers will do. But I think the Packers split with the Bears this year, but this will be fun. This will be a good game. Good game for a little bit of revenge. This will be fun. Then the Packers will stay home week 6 against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Micah Parsons versus his old team. Of course, the Packers last year, they took on the Cowboys and tied them in Dallas in one of the most frustrating shootouts I've ever watched. This will be fun. I'm excited for this one. This will be good. This is a good Sunday night game. Hopefully Micah plays well, and the Packers can keep Dak Prescott in check, unlike they did last year. But we'll see. I like this. This is a good Sunday night game. I like that. Then week 7, the Packers will take on the Blue Kitties in Detroit at 3:25. So first matchup against the Blue Kitties. Of course, the Packers swept the Blue Kitties last year. Of course, that's not always the case. The Lions lost a lot of players in the offseason, so this will be a good test for the Packers and the Lions. We'll see how both teams are doing in the division. But this is a good mid-season division matchup, early season, mid-season divisional matchup. Week 7, nice and early. I like that. I can go with that. And then week 8, gotta be kidding me. Another Thursday night game against the Carolina Panthers at home. I assume either the Atlanta opener or the Carolina Panther game will be probably a whiteout. I assume the all-white color rush jerseys. So this is Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime, in Lambeau. This should be a good test. Of course, the Panthers made the playoffs last year, and I think the Panthers they're okay. This should be a good game. Should be a good game for the Packers against Rasheed Walker, the now Carolina Panther. That'll be fun. All right, then week 9 at 3:25 in Foxborough, the Green Bay Packers will take on the New England Patriots, going up against Romeo Doubs, the New England Patriot. Romeo Doubs, of course, just did an interview or a press conference talking about that Green Bay took care of him, and it's not that type of game for him. So much love and respect to Rome. This will be fun. The New England Patriots, of course, AFC champions, got rocked in the Super Bowl against the Seattle Sea Chickens. This will be a good test for the Packers. It really will. The Patriots, in my opinion, really overachieved last year, but this will be a good matchup. 3:25, I like that. In Foxborough, I'll take it. I think that's a good matchup. Good spot for an AFC matchup. All right, and then week 10, 12 p.m. Lambeau. Minnesota Vikings, another matchup between the Purple Incarnation of Satan. Week 10, a little later on in the season. Hopefully it'll be a sweep. Not much else to say there. Then the Packers week 11 bye. I like that. I like the late season buys. Too early, I don't like it. This is perfect. Right here, week 11. Week 11. I like that. It's a good buy. Good. Good spot for the buy. Big fan. And of course, that leads into week 12, Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, the first ever Thanksgiving Eve game, because Roger Goodell is a money-hungry man. The Packers will take on the Rams at SoFi on Netflix. Of course, here in Wisconsin, we'll be able to watch it locally, but not everybody can do that. But this is... I made a short about this. This is so dumb. I hate this. I hate this so much. A Wednesday night game. Wednesday night. This is dumb. This is really dumb. I hate this. I hate it so much with a passion, it's not even funny. Football should be played on Sundays and Mondays unless it's Thanksgiving. That's my opinion. To the game, this will be a good test for the Packers. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua. This will be a good game. This is a good test for the Packers. Good NFC matchup. Of course, in LA, the last time the Packers were in LA, they won. But the Rams really did very well last season. Of course, Matthew Stafford was the MVP. Davante Adams is still there, so another former Packer. I love Davante Adams. He should come back to Green Bay, but whatever. So this is good. Unless outside of the day, this is a good game. This will be a fun matchup. Good test for the Packers. Then, Week 13, the Green Bay Packers will head to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints at 12 p.m. Who's their... Saints did not do well last year. Their quarterback was okay. This should be a good game. It should be good. It shouldn't be competitive by any means, but we'll see. Last time the Packers played the Saints, it was right before Christmas in Lambeau, and they shut them out. So, that was Spencer Rattler's debut, and it did not go well for him. So, that'll be fun. Week 13 against the Saints in New Orleans. That'll be fun. Last time the Packers were in New Orleans, I think they lost, though. But that'll be a good one. All right, and then Week 14. Ooh, I like this. Week 14 Sunday Night Football in Lambeau Field against the Buffalo Bills. This will be a good one. I like this. When I saw that the Packers, they played the AFC East this year, I'm like, that Buffalo Bills game better be prime time. Here it is, prime time, Josh Allen, Sunday Night Football, Lambeau Field. That'll be fun. That's going to be a fun game. I'm really glad this is prime time. Let's go. I like that. That'll be fun. That, you want to talk about a test for the Packers? That right there. What was I see? I saw on Twitter the odds: Packers Bills, SoFi Stadium for the Super Bowl. We'll see, but that'll be fun. I'm so glad that's prime time. Let's go. All right. Then Week 15, 12 p.m. at Lambeau Field, Malik Willis and the Miami Dolphins take on Jordan Love and the Packers. I like this. Week 15, little AFC East matchup. That'll be fun. We'll see how Malik Willis is doing. I'm pretty sure he'll be pretty successful in Miami. So this could be a tough one for the Packers. This could be hard. We'll see. But I like this. Right before Christmas. Little Malik Willis before Christmas. Let's go. All right, then Week 16, Friday, Christmas Day, 12 p.m. I hate holiday games. I really do. They make them stressful. What should be a nice, fun day should not be stressful. But this will be stressful. But if we have to play on Christmas, I'm glad we're playing the Bears. The Chicago Bears will come to Green Bay to take on the Packers Christmas Day, 12 p.m. God, I hope it's snowing. I hope this is a snowy Christmas day. This will be fun. This will be fun. It's going to be stressful, but it'll be fun. The Bears, Packers, the greatest rivalry in NFL history on Christmas Day. Yeah, all right. It doesn't get better than that, I guess. Oh boy, that'll be fun. A little rivalry on Christmas Day. All right, then Week 17, Monday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers take on the Houston Texans. The Texans, who in my opinion underperformed last year, but C.J. Stroud, a man of God, amen. Take it on the Packers. This will be fun. This I like this. This looks like, yeah, the only Monday Night Football game the Packers have this year. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Only Monday Night Football game the Packers have. That'll be against the Texans. That'll be fun. It's good. Last time the Houston Texans came into Lambeau Field, Brandon McManus walked them off. Brandon McManus, the former Packer. Thank God. All right, and then Week 18, to be determined if it'll be Saturday or Sunday, depending on how everything's going. The Packers will have a home game against the Blue Kitties to wrap up the season. All right. Well, that's the Packers season. Not bad. Not bad. A couple Thursday night games I'm not a fan of, but other than that, I think it's a pretty good season. It'll be a tough year for the Packers, but a lot of good games in there. A lot of good games for them. So let's briefly look at Week 1 because that's why. Week 1 here, we'll see how the NFL's shaking out. Week 1, of course. All right. Let us see. So Week 1, we have international games, which we don't care about. Let's see here. Just want to see what, like, the opening week. It'll be in Seattle, I know that. Let's see here. All right. Woo, Week 1. Let's go. I like this. This is neat. I like this. I like this a lot. This is going to be fun. All right. So, Week 1. Ooh. I like this. All right. So, Week 1, the first game of the year, starting on Wednesday. That's interesting. Wednesday, September 9th, the New England Patriots take on the Seattle Sea Chickens, the defending Super Bowl champions. Wednesday. That's okay. Okay. I like it, the fact that it's not the Packers. If the Packers have to play on Wednesday, I'm not cool with it, but this is interesting. I like this. This is interesting. It's a little different. All right. Patriots, Sea Chickens, Super Bowl rematch on Wednesday. Then Thursday, the 49ers will take on the Rams in L.A. All right, and then starting Sunday, we have the Bears and the Panthers. That'll be cool. Buccaneers at Cincinnati. That's good. The Saints and the Blue Kitties, giving the Blue Kitties an early season win. That's cool. Then we have the Bills at the Texans. That could be fun. That could be fun. Then we have the Ravens and the Colts. That could be good. That could be good. A little Daniel Jones. Hopefully Daniel Jones will be ready to go. Then the Browns and the Jags. That'll be a good game. Jags should win that game. Falcons at Steelers. Beginning of the Mike McCarthy era in Pittsburgh. We'll see if, I'm pretty sure Aaron will still be there. A little A-Rod action. Then we have the Jets and the Titans. That'll be a snooze fest. Unless Cam Ward really goes off. Then we have the Cardinals against the Chargers. 4:25. Dolphins and Raiders. First test for Malik Willis and Fernando Mendoza, who I assume is going to be the starter in Vegas. Packers and Purple Incarnation of Satan. Then the Commies and the Eagles, little divisional NFC East matchup. Healthy Commanders team, I hope. Then we have you gotta be kidding me. Why is this every year? Sunday Night Football Week 1. Why is it always the Cowboys and the Giants? Nobody wants to watch that on Sunday Night Football. Nobody, NFL. Nobody wants to watch that on Sunday Night Football, okay? Unreal. It's like every year. Every single year we gotta watch this crap. But alright, Jackson Dart should be healthy, right? And Cam Scatterbo should be ready to go, right? Ugh, unreal. Alright, and then Monday Night Football, we have the Broncos against the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Broncos, of course, who were the number 1 seed last year, should have went to the Super Bowl had Bo Nix not got hurt against the Bills. I think the Broncos should have went to the Super Bowl. That would have been a much more interesting Super Bowl. Taking on the Chiefs, who will probably be without Patrick Mahomes, I assume. But that'll be fun. That's week 1 in the NFL. So Packers season looks good. Week 1 looks fun. I wish it was September, but it's not. It's still only May. But we have a long time till the season starts. But yeah, it looks fun. I'm really excited. I hope you are too. I miss football and I hope it comes back very, very soon. I hope the wait isn't too long. But of course, with the schedule release, we are now really in the dead of the off season. But training camp and stuff was just, weeks away, many weeks away. But that's my reaction to the Packers schedule and week 1 schedule for the NFL. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I'll have some more content and stuff coming out in the weeks that come. But that's all I have. This is my initial first look and reaction and all this stuff. So thank you for watching, and as always, go Pack, go.